Good afternoon. My name is José Perales and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Marine and Environmental Science at the University of Cádiz. Today, I will present you the main actions that we are carrying out or intend to carry out in the next 3 years to incorporate the Sustainable Development Goals in our academic activity. First, let me briefly introduce you to the institution I lead. The Faculty of Marine and Environmental Science is a public higher education institution dedicated to comprehensive training and marine and environmental science research. Its main objectives are the generation and transmission of knowledge in its field and the development of professionals. The faculty is located within the natural park of the Bay of Cádiz. Here, some 120 professors teach 2 bachelor's and 5 master's degrees to some 800 students. The bachelor's degrees are in environmental science and marine science. In contrast, the master's degrees range from marine subjects such as oceanography, aquaculture and fisheries, or integrated management of coastal areas. In environmental science, master's degrees deal with integrated water management or the conservation of natural areas. As indicated in the definition of our faculty, we are dedicated to the integral education of the student. That is, we train not only competent professionals in the sense of professional training, but also committed professionals. Professionals with a spirit of transformation of their environment. And we consider that this transformation must be in the direction set by the Sustainable Development Goals, that is, towards a more socially and environmentally respectable model. Let us look at some examples of implementing the 17 SDGs in our activities. In this regard, we distinguish 3 areas in which we incorporate the Sustainable Development Goals in our faculty. In the management of the center, in our bachelor's and master's, in our formal training, and in those activities we carry out outside the classroom. The document that sets the roadmap of the entire center's actions is the faculty master plan or the faculty strategic plan. The strategic plan is the programming document outlining the faculty mission, objectives, and strategic areas of intervention. We are currently preparing the 2022-2025 master plan, which is in the drafting phase. The development of the master plan has followed a bottom-up methodology, so that the main focus groups that make up the university community, this is teaching and research staff, administration and services staff, students, graduates, and public research bodies, state, regional and local public administration, and companies in our environment have participated in its development. When we talk about creating a strategy, the first part of the process is determining where your organization is going and how it will get there. Then you can start the action stuff that moves the strategy forward and helps you to achieve your goals. Our organizational values are the glue that keeps it all together. In the case of our faculty, the values we have sought out are these: academic excellence in both training and research, integrity in the center's governance, being participative, responsible, efficient, and transparent, the spirit of services, to be an essential actor in the sustainable development of our environment, sustainability as a principle on which our activity must be based, and inclusion as a principle of integration of all social groups. Along with these values, the plan of the center, the strategic plan of the center, includes 9 strategic objectives, of which objective number 8 is to align the faculty with the Sustainable Development Goals. One of the actions we intended to carry out from the 22-23 academic year is to create a committee to identify the correspondence between the activities we're carrying out in the faculty and the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the dissemination of the goals of the different SDGs among the students and the staff of the faculty through information panels and seminars. Related with the SDGs in our bachelor's and master's, let's say that each of our degree programs has a document, a base document called the degree report, which sets out, among other aspects, the competences that students must acquire to obtain the corresponding bachelor or master degree. In our case, all the degrees and the master include a cross-cutting competence directly related to the SDGs, such as to have the ability to gather and interpret relevant data to make judgments that include reflection on relevant social, scientific, or ethical uses, to develop sensitivity to environmental and social problems from the perspective of ethical commitment and sustainability. In September 2021, a regulation was approved at the national level that aims to establish the organization and structure of university education in Spain. In one of its articles, this regulation establishes that the curricula of official universities degrees must take the Sustainable Development Goals as a reference point. In this sense, we are immersed now in the process of incorporating our four transversal competences directly related to the SDGs. These four competences are: competence in the critical contextualization of knowledge, establishing interrelationships with local and global social, economic, and environmental problems. Second one is competence in the sustainable use of resources and preventing impacts on the natural and social environment. The third one is competence in the participation in community processes that promote sustainability. And the fourth competence is in applying ethical principles related to the values of sustainability in personal and professional behavior. This involves the incorporation of these four competences into the degrees program of our faculty and the development of a set of activities at each subject that will be implemented in the 22-23 academic year in the form of a pilot project. We're going to begin with 8 subjects the next year. Related with the SDG in the complementary activities at our faculty, during the academic year, we developed a series of complementary training activities for students and as well as for staff related to different SDGs in the faculty, including mainly equality and environmental awareness raising. Related to equality, the faculty has a lecturer who is the liaison for the university's equality unit, whose purpose is to remove difficulties and barriers to equal participation, as well as the personal, academic, and professional development of all faculty community members. In this area, the faculty organizes awareness raising and training activities for students and staff, and let's see some examples. For example, researchers and stopover. As a part of the activities on the occasion of the International Women's Day, we are holding a meeting focused primarily on analyzing the role and situation of women in science and the university, with the participation of female teachers and researchers who talk about their experience firsthand to students from the center. Another activity is experience of marine scientists and environmental scientists. On the occasion of the celebration of the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, we held a meeting between students and 4 women scientists who graduated from the faculty and shared their experience as women scientists to highlight the relevance of the role of women scientists in today's society, as well as to awaken scientific vocation in students. Another activity is the Cine Forum. On 25th November, we held the activity Cine Forum, commemorating the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. From the faculty, we think it is necessary to establish forums or debates where we can talk about this reality, make it visible and raise awareness in society so that no one more woman has to suffer it. In these activities, a series of short films on the subject was shown to stimulate the subsequent debate. We had the presence of experts in gender violence and managers of equality units in city councils. Related with activities related with environmental awareness raising, we must distinguish between those activities that are proposed by and aimed at the faculty students, those activities that we carry out in collaboration with public administration and aim at the society around us, and those activities that are scientific dissemination and environmental awareness activities. Let's see one example of each case. Related with activities aimed at faculty students, one example is the Ocean and Environmental Week. The faculty organized the Ocean and Environmental Week on International Mother Earth Day, 22 of April. During 1 week, different activities will take place around this theme, such as a scientific photography competition. This year focused on the importance of the small things. Meetings with former students from the faculty who are pursuing their professional careers in business and administration. We organize also guided visit to the surrounding salt marshes to highlight the value of this environmental of high natural value. Also 2 scientific routes guided by professors of the faculty to show to students as well as staff the botanical and geological singularity of our province. An example of activity in collaboration with public administration and local companies is, for example, the conference on the problems of the cormorant in the aquaculture of the Bay of Cádiz. The faculty and the Natural Park of the Bay of Cádiz are organizing conference, and one of them is this about the problems of the cormorant in the aquaculture of the Bay of Cádiz. The structure of this contemplates a vision of the problem from different points of view, from the administration, from scientifics, and for the companies, the aquaculture companies, and exchange experience. And look for solutions that have been addressed or can be addressed to solve the damage that these birds cause in aquaculture farms. Finally, an example of activity related with environmental awareness to the society. One example are the seminars on environmental impact of bluefin tuna fishing. The Department of Biology in our faculty organized 15 meetings on fishing and sustainable aimed at 300 4th and 5th year primary school students. This activity aims to arouse the students' interest in sustainability by disseminating the results obtained in the research project Analysis of the Life Cycle of Bluefin Tuna Fishing in the Strait of Gibraltar, Tradition versus Avant-Garde. The 1-hour workshops were held in different schools of the province with activities aimed at fostering children's scientific curiosity and making them aware of the impact that certain practices have on the environment and what they can do to improve it. In conclusion, the action that can be carried out at the faculty to incorporate the Sustainable Development Goals can be very varied in terms of format, content and scope, and represent for us a unique opportunity to enrich the comprehensive training of our university students. Thank you for your attention.